You know, you're using it right now to watch this. We use it every single day. But how many of us actually know the story of the guy who gave the World Wide Web to the world and did it for free? Well, this is the story of Tim-Berners-Lee, the web's unsung hero. So let's start with a number, $50 million. That's the estimated net worth of the man who invented the web. Now, for you and me, that's a fortune, right? But in the world of tech, well, it's a sign that something is very, very different here. I mean, just look at these numbers. You put his $50 million next to the fortunes of other tech pioneers, Bill Gates with $84 billion, Mark Zuckerberg with over $50 billion. His net worth is barely a rounding error for them. And that gets you thinking, right? This is the guy who created an invention that has completely reshaped our world and generated trillions of dollars in value. So why isn't he one of the richest people on the planet? Well, the answer has everything to do with the man himself. To understand the web, you really have to understand his principles. He had the chance to build a kingdom, but he chose a completely different path. And this quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? He credits his world-changing invention to basically just pure luck. That humility, it's a huge part of his character. And as you're about to see, it's baked right into the foundation of the web itself. You see, he comes from a family of computer pioneers, so it's in his blood. But his passion? It was sparked by tinkering with model trains. He's worth $50 million, but he drives an old Volkswagen. This is just not your typical tech billionaire. He's a guy driven by purpose, not profit. Okay, so how did this humble inventor create something so massive? Well, it all started with a big local headache at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Picture this, it's 1989, and CERN is the biggest internet hub in all of Europe. It was a mess. You had thousands of brilliant researchers, countless projects, all different kinds of computers using all different kinds of software trying to talk to each other. It was an information nightmare. The problem was pretty simple, really. All the information was there, but it was trapped. A researcher's notes were on one computer, the project data was on another, and the staff files were somewhere else entirely. There was just no easy way to connect it all. Berners-Lee's genius was that he connected two ideas that were already floating around. He took the concept of hypertext, the ability to click a link and just jump to another document, and he smashed it together with the internet's addressing system. He put it perfectly. I just had to take the hypertext idea and connect it to the domain system ideas, and ta-da! And that ta-da moment, well, it led to a decision that would literally change the world. It explains why the web is the way it is today and why its inventor isn't a trillionaire. So he writes up his proposal in 1989. His boss scribbles a now famous note on it, vague but exciting, and gives him the green light. By 1991, the world's very first website is live. And right then, Berners-Lee has a choice to make. He's created something absolutely revolutionary. So, what does he do with it? He gave it away. Just gave it to everyone. He could have patented it. He could have charged royalties for every website, every browser, every single link clicked. He could have been the richest person in history, but he didn't. He gave the web to the world. And let's be super clear about what freely meant. It meant the core technology of the web would be open, it wouldn't be owned by any one company, and it would be royalty-free, forever. Anyone, anywhere, could build on it, use it, and create with it, without asking for permission or paying a dime. That single decision is why the web exploded. But see, for Tim Berners-Lee, inventing the web wasn't the end of the story. Not even close. Now he had to protect it. He had to guide its growth, and make sure it remained a force for good. So to do that, he moved to MIT, and in 1994, he founded the World Wide Web Consortium, which everyone just calls the W3C. This became the organization that would be the guardian of the web's future. The mission of the W3C was crystal clear: get all the big companies in a room together to create open standards. This was to make sure the web works for everyone, on any device, anywhere in the world. And most importantly, to keep the core tech royalty-free, to protect that original gift. But he didn't stop with just the technical stuff. He also founded the World Wide Web Foundation, and this had a much broader goal: to fight for a web that's treated as a public good and a basic human right, something that empowers everyone. And that brings us right up to today, because the fight for the web's soul is far from over. In fact, the very principles that Berners-Lee fought for are now facing their biggest challenges ever. You know, his original vision was for a decentralized web, a place with no center, where anyone could join in as an equal. But today's reality? It's a web dominated by a handful of giant tech companies. Vision was a space built on trust. The reality is, well, we're all worried about how our data is being collected and used. But Berners-Lee is still in the fight, still working on solutions. His big idea is something he calls the semantic web. Think of it as a web where information is structured so that computers can actually understand what it means. This could lead to way more powerful tools and could help shift power back to individuals, a lot closer to his original vision.